Everything good?
I really don't have much more of an opening statement. You guys heard me talk about this for 2 weeks now, so it's time to get going, play some ball. So go ahead, fire away.
You sense that kind of anticipation and eagerness on the practice field?
Yeah, I think, anytime you get 2 weeks to prepare, for somebody, or 2 weeks in between games, it's been good for the reasons that I've talked about. Getting ourselves healthy, getting some extra prep, getting our legs up underneath us, and now I think, it's time to go. It's different for us, being that it's a bus trip, and guys are excited, and we've had good prep.
You told us that you didn't know if you'd beat Mississippi State, but you figured you'd play well. Do you get that similar feeling?
I have no reason not to. The guys have been really good. They've been dialed in, have good practices. We obviously needed some time to get the legs rejuvenated and play as fast as we can against a team that plays exceptionally fast, both in their tempo and the way they run. So, I think the little bit of time off and getting their legs up underneath has helped.
Mark, you mentioned on the radio show that Jeff Wes is still out for a little bit. How do you feel like Derek and those other guys have played and progress they're making?
Yeah, I think we have some good depth in that position, as you know, and Derek, Trevin, and of course DeAndre, and all those guys, Martez. They're playing good. They're doing some good things, and it's nice to be able to have a rotation and have some depth at that position. So I feel like they're doing a good job.
You've got a lot of guys who have been down there and won in that stadium before, different circumstances, different teams, but is there anything there that you can feel good about having that winning experience?
The guys that were here, they know they've been in there and played well. But as you know what I'm going to say, every year is different and every game is different, and we have to go prove it and have another opportunity here. And so, I think there's a lot of our players that have experience that played in a lot of these tough venues, and you have to embrace it. You have to be ready to meet that challenge, or you're going to have a hard time.
You talked Monday, and Brad talked about it last night. The way Tennessee, they're going to put you in one-on-one situations. You got to win those situations, especially the secondary. How do you feel like you guys have done it when putting those situations up to now?
I feel like the guys have played pretty solid for the most part all year. There's things we could have done better, as we discussed in certain games, with run support and fits and team defense and all that. But just competitively, one-on-one, the guys have played well. This is different, as you know. I think it'll be a different scenario for us that's unique to us this year. We haven't been in this situation all year as far as being isolated with those kind of splits with that kind of receivers.
Just to ask you about some of the veterans who have been down there. You got some pretty talented freshmen who have made plays for you this year, and they function well at Florida and Ole Miss. How do you feel about sending them in to nail them? You got no choice, but
Got no choice. The guys have been good. We're not. What am I going to do at this point? They've been through it. These guys, they don't know any better. That's the good part. So and you like that. I mean that in a complimentary way. They're just playing ball, and that doesn't mean it's easy. But they'll get out there and compete.
You said, I think Monday on the radio show, that Flax may have had a chance this week.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to be able to?
It's been been a good week so far. So we'll see. Yeah.
What have you seen in him? He seems like he's taken some really big, pun intended, some big strides.
Well, I think, Jeremy, he has played well. When he's been healthy, you could see him on getting to that point. We're really starting to take it to another level. He's a big guy. I think with the experience that he's had, he's helped kind of get that position, solidified and get better. And we're growing and getting better in that area. And then he also brings a big physical presence. He's a big, strong guy. And, so hopefully he'll be at 100%. We'll see.
Brad was saying yesterday, you can't predict exactly how his guys are going to play or what's going to happen in the game, but he knows they're not going to be afraid. Is that the mentality that you feel from this team?
Yeah, without a doubt. Our team has been that way. That doesn't mean we're perfect, as we all know. But, yeah, they know they could go compete with anybody, and we just have to play. And you know, we say that all the time, and it's not lip service. You understand that you better play very well when you're playing with a top 5 team. But it's really always about us and how we prepare and how we play. And when we fall short in that area, you know, the first people we look at is look in the mirror and look at yourself and look at what you've done. So we try to head that off as best we can. And so our guys have competed well in tough environments, and we have to go do it again.
We good?